We all gather today from our different backgrounds and places that we call home. Male, female, young and old, gay and straight, Christian, Jew or agnostic, family or friend. We're all here today to find common ground, to unite with Garrett and Daniel as their friends and family in an act of solidarity, friendship, and love. We gather today as they create their new life together.
This whole thing would not happen if it wasn't for the incredible people in our lives, especially family, mom, dad, grandparents, who have just been these incredible steadfast forces that have just really supported us through this whole process. I think what's important to say though is that every single one of you who's in this room right now has made an impact on us, on who we are, on what we've done, and who we will be from here forever. Every one of you is special. That's why you got that invitation. Right?
We love all of you very, very, very much. Some of the best advice we got when we were putting our wedding together was invite the people that you want to be in your future. And that's why all of you are here. But this group represents what our support system looks like moving forward. And if you support this love, and you do because you're here, you support love that looks like this love and other loves that look like it. Four years ago, a beautiful man with very tall hair came crashing into my life. I wasn't necessarily looking for love, but when that perfect smile, those eyes looked my way, I knew that something big was coming. You initially hooked me with your strikingly good looks, but your view of the world, your compassion, your unapologetic will to fight for what's right, your curiosity, your dreams for our collective future, and your wholeheartedly loving family that embraced me instantly is what made me fall so deeply in love with you.
Garrett Lee Woods, a name worthy of a movie star and attached to a man with the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen. In the years we've known each other, I've learned to read those eyes like a mood ring. One moment, a twinkle of mischief. Another, deep and endless love. A love like nothing I've ever known. The moment I looked into those eyes for the first time, I knew you were special. You were so of the world, having lived in places I'd only dreamed of, and knowing the most incredible people. You were so full of mirth, and that beautiful smile made my heart go pitter-patter. Conversation flowed so easily that it felt like we'd known each other our whole lives. Of course, we fell in love. How could we not?
These last 4 years have been so full of life for us. The highs are more enjoyable as I have you to share them with, and the lows are more manageable with additional perspective and support. Love is like a classroom that you choose to be in with another person. It's a place we both exist as we navigate life together, challenge one another, and are always learning. It's not a destination and there is not an end goal. And in the classroom of our love, I've learned so much. Beyond the endless stream of medical facts, full scientific names of so many plants, and construction skills I didn't know I'd need to know. You've taught me patience. We both have learned what resiliency looks like together. And I found in myself that I can be my own person while in deep partnership with you. And most of all, my understanding of what love is, what love could be, has been completely redefined.
Since we've been together, you've filled our lives with adventure. You've taken this Midwestern boy all around the country, showing me that the world is wider, richer, and more breathtaking than I'd even imagined. You pushed my boundaries to try new things, like that time we went ziplining in Colorado, and I was trying hard to pretend I wasn't absolutely terrified. I think you knew the truth, but for some reason everything felt less scary with you around. It still does. That's the thing, Garrett. Being with you is easy. It really is as easy as breathing, just like our song says. The next line is my favorite. Only you can see me when the lights go out. Garrett, you see me, the complicated, horribly imperfect human with a big heart and bigger hair, who just wants to make the world a better place. And you love me for every part of who I am. Even in the darkness, you understand me in ways that nobody else could. And though we're opposites in so many ways, our differences only make us stronger. I don't know if you've noticed, but I tell you pretty often that I love you even more today than I did yesterday. And that's been true since day one.
To be loved by you, I don't have words for. Put simply, your love is big. Your love is the best. Your love is very obvious, which I love you for. It's taken us a while to get to today, our wedding day. We took a look around at life a couple years ago after our engagement and decided to buy a house. These 2.5 years have deepened our togetherness and we've built our lives. In that time, we've become uncles to 8 perfect humans. You've become a plumber, mason, electrician, structural engineer, a gardener, and most recently, officially, a doctor. That's the reaction I was hoping for. To say I'm proud of all you've achieved is a vast understatement. And while our wedding day is an exciting moment, in this partnership, it's the millions of tiny daily moments that will keep us going. The future ahead of us is limitless, and I vow to make the most of it with you. I vow to keep our big love growing exponentially. I vow to keep our love a classroom, to always be learning, always be listening. I vow to be your family, and to embrace my new family as they have me. I vow to be there for you when life gets hard and the inevitable comes. I vow to always consider our future, but not to live for it, and to be present, embracing what is. I vow to protect your heart, whatever it takes. I vow to be your person. I vow to love you fully, completely, forever.
As we've built this life together, you have been my constant champion, my protector, and sometimes the kick in the butt I need to reach my goals. You challenge me to be better, and while I tend to burn the candle from both ends, you remind me to stop and take care of myself. It's almost silly how easily I cry now, because I definitely did not before, but it's not out of sorrow. With you, I just feel so safe that every wall around my heart has crumbled away. I often refer to you as my better half, but the truth is that love isn't about two halves creating a whole, but instead, two whole beings who are better because they're together. Garrett Lee Woods, even if you're not in Hollywood, you're still a star to me. And I love you with all of my being. As much as I daydream about new ideas, I can't imagine a future without you and our love at the center. Garrett, I promise to give you as many 10-second back scratches as you need, even if I'm seconds away from sleep. I promise to always hold your hand on the plane when we take off and land, and I will always appreciate the meals you begrudgingly cook when I'm at my wit's end with stress. Garrett, I promise to protect you with all I have and all I will ever have. I will uplift you and celebrate your victories. I will hold your heart above all others, for though we're independent, our hearts always beat together. Garrett, I promise that with me, you will never be alone. Not truly. I will be the hand to hold in the dark unknown. I will be the steadfast support when you're overwhelmed. I will be your champion, your biggest fan, and your best friend. The oak and the cypress grow not in each other's shadows, and yet both stand as a reminder of the tenacity of nature. The oak, with its deep roots, is unshakable even in the strongest storms, offering shelter to all under its branches. The cypress, both graceful and tall, soars towards the heavens and can live 1,000 years, a symbol of endurance and eternal devotion. Each of us is distinct in our nature, yet we are bound to the same earth and reach towards the same sky. As our love has grown, so too have our roots, which when interweaved in the earth create incredible strength for one another. The strongest storms will not shake us, Garrett, and our love will always endure. Where was I? There we are, thank you. We can all breathe together now, it's fine. Even if I could go back in time, I know that I would still find my way to you, and I can't wait to keep growing together.
To present to you the newly named Daniel James Terry Woods and Garrett Lee Terry Woods, two incredible and awesome men united in marriage. Now, the kiss.
In your vows, you said Garrett's got the most beautiful eyes you've ever seen. Thank you.
Daniel, if you read between the lines, he's looking for somebody clever, funny, down to earth, somebody that keeps him on track, makes fun of him for his ridiculousness, gets him doing exciting things, and is also goofy and adorable. So if you know anything about Garrett, that is a perfect match for Daniel. And he's better looking than John Mulaney. So.
Here's to a life where your doing and all the things that you do in the world will bring you back to being. So here's to being present for each other, being in love with each other, being the wonderful friends and family members that you are to all of us in this space, and that we are much better human beings because you are in our lives. And may you always be each other's home.
I have the privilege of saying that I am Garrett's mother. I've known Garrett a really long time. We met on August 15th, 1992 at 6:23 a.m., which might be the earliest either of us have ever gotten up. But that was actually the last time Garrett was early, as he and his brother, Evan, his twin brother, came into this world 3.5 weeks before their due date. But today he was actually on time. Daniel, thank you for being a calming force in Garrett's life. Also, thank you for teaching Garrett how to use a paintbrush and a screwdriver, like not the cocktail kind.